Right. My gut's playing up today. You can get that with CF. It's good to have a shower. Makes you feel better sometimes. Have several showers a day. Sit around in front of the heater because heat or the shower, I suppose, seem to help the place up. But I want to talk about what I learnt in high school about girls. Back then it's girls, and then you realise when you get older, which I've talked about in clips before, that some things don't change from high school to older. Right? They just look older and stuff like that. More pros of what they do, and show it in a different way. But back in high school, me and my friends, we have friends, guys, me blokes. We used to do our thing. We'd play sport. We'd do some research or something like that, catch up on some homework, and mostly play sport and have a good time. And we always strive for it. We don't look for it. We create it. We go, we're bored. Let's go do this kind of thing. All the time. It's a main thing that I like. And when someone wants something, that's what they teach us. When you want something, you strive for it. And me and my mates used to do that all the time. And we used to see other things, sit around all the time and play patty cack. My Winnie Pooh looks cooler than yours. What have you got, Tigger? I see. Stuff like that. And talk about movie shows and stuff and be in groups mainly. They don't play too many sports usually, collectively, the other group. And they talk about what person to marry and Ken dolls and stuff like that. Maybe that's how they're brought up. But that's what they do. And they talk about love and how they want a Prince Charming and what they're going to have in the future. They're going to be always rich and life's going to be easy and sweet like we all want. Right. And then the guy will come in and go, what's going on? It's like pick a person at a dance. Right? You ever done that at school? Pick your partner to dance, dancing time. And then the guys, and you would see collectively, mainly, right, collectively, a guy come and approach these areas, these spots. Then the other way around, right? It's been like that for a while. And talk to them and give them some love. And show them how much love they got. They do a lot of showing, these guys. They even work for it. Right? They work a lot. Some cases in months or years to give an item to the one they love. They don't have to work for it. They're just around. Some people call them soccer mums and stuff, They're running the kids around. They're doing their soccer mum job. It's not too hard. They wanted kids, so you can't say kids are a job when you want kids. If you didn't want kids and it just happened, you can say kids are a job. I get that in that section, right? Because you didn't want them to just happen. It's nature. Sometimes you got to happen. But if you wanted kids, which most of them are here, congratulations, yeah, I wanted a kid. And then you change your mind later on, you're one of those pet owners. I wanted a pet, but now I found out it was too hard. Shit, what did I really want? And so you have to keep looking after it. It doesn't become a job. People's job, people can't say my job is to look after a pet and I get paid for it. But in the government system, you can for a little while. They've changed the age limit now for that. Government's like people, so they can get them to go to work and all that kind of stuff. And so back in high school, that's what I noticed. And if I wanted to have a certain poster, I noticed you'd have to give out more for that poster. All the words in the world you can go over and say, if they're beautiful words, you just have to go over there and say it, and they would come for free. They would come with the words. That's what it means. Right? It means it wouldn't matter what they look like or what they're in if words worked, right? But they don't. Words work. They don't work at all because they go, you're full of shit, and where's the backup? Well, you got to back them up. Right? You got to back up the words. Right? And you all know what a lot of people really like when they don't want to do much, and that is money, toys, and what you got. And these groups will be talking about that quite a lot, and how to get maybe an easy job to succeed, so they can holiday and stuff like that. Thinking of the dream world, as we all want. Right? But you'll find in this sector and this collective, they seem to get a lot without doing, which I've talked to these people in these sectors about that, and that the other person will miss out the other side because they're doing all the work, so it happens. So it's like going on holiday and you're the main driver, and you have to pay for it for their holiday, so you're also the income worker, and you really need one as you're the worker. So a good time off would be good, but to them, some of them, it's just another day, but it's a bit more funner. Get to go somewhere else, right? They don't need to break their body or anything like that, as their work wasn't too physical or too mind hard. It was just living, wake up, clean up, look after things, do basic things, easy things, the living things that everyone does. It's called living. It's not really work. Someone has to do it, kind of thing. But we can classify it as work, as a position, because someone has to do it, right? But it's not like the real work. Everyone knows that. That's why they say, oh, I want to go out and work, so I'll be listened to, and other things like that. You hear all sorts of stuff like that. But in the end, it's the culture. See how it's set up? And in the culture, to be top and to get things better, to be chief, you have money. Money's king. In the end, you have money plus other things, your words and all that. You're even better. That's the real world out there. And mainly that's what goes on. Every now and then, in small amounts, it's the other way around from the other collective to the other side. As I said, these two sides. Some of them do the other opposite, but they're very little. So collectively, mainly, that's what was going on. That's what I was seeing at high school back in the day. And it changes in certain ways, but still similar. Right? And because of that, if you have that system, when you go in and you want to be that, and you have to, and you see that system, that means that you're sucking up to something. Right? And then when you get it, unless you don't want this anymore, you'll listen to it. Right? That's why you did all this, and it knows that. And what it can do is it can manipulate. It goes, I'm not happy with this. I want this to be happy. Right? This is what can happen in this. I want this, and I'll be happy. Okay, we're here to make you happy. Hopefully I'll make you happy, you make me happy. That's what someone has to start. And in this culture, the men started, collectively mainly, right? As they show love, as they used to open doors. They used to do it more, but they do it less now. I wonder why. Right? Because you want to see something come back. And over time, we can look back in these lifestyles and see what did come back and what played out in both sides too. They're not happy in both sides. In this culture, but it still runs, right? And it's sad that it's like that, but we do what we do. So when all that's happening, what's love? I want love. See, I've noticed you got some that knows love, gives love, and then one that knows about love but doesn't want to give it. You see, and those two can work together in a way, because one will do what the other one wants. But over time, they like to change jobs, like doing the same thing, and the other one doing an easier job. And you're like, well, over time, can we swap and you do the dishes and I do to order the takeaway, right? That we use dishes with, and do that and go get it for you, right? And swap the job every now and then and have that one now, right? Otherwise, it doesn't feel right. Over time, if you just love, you actually lose it. You go, well, I'm giving out because I believe it feels good and it's good for people. But then over time, and it gives me good knowing that I'm doing the right. But then over time, you see, hang on, you're doing all the work and you feel like a slave. That's what happens, right? Pretty much. And so it has to go 50-50 when it comes to love and how things are seen. So I'd like to see in a school one day in high schools when they're starting to learn about getting along together and boyfriend and girlfriend more than primary school needs to be. Right? High schools, that's one of the steps they need to do before they leave. Otherwise, they might be confused on really how to do it and had no practice and no parent advice. So high school, at the end of high school, it's good to date. That's what I believe, to help figure that out. Because I figured out things before I went out to the real world, and I'm glad I did. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I don't want to give out too much, but I hope you see me point about cultures and how things work and why we're still the same and why things fail later on and what is real love and how people always who usually talk about love want the most usually want it instead of giving it out. And the ones that give it out the most don't talk about it, right? But in the end, they need it. Things like that. Anyway, have a good one. And when you give too much and people think you like it and you say you do, which is a good thing if you receive it back, it can work in their area. But then when they go out to other areas and they realise they're not getting back, or where they are and they're not getting back, it stops. It will stop. You got to be a fool to keep going. Otherwise, you like to be hurt. Like to be unfed. So you do something for a while, and then that's why people change their mind, because they will get their opinion of what's going on around them after they've done things for a while. And we all do. That's why things change. So have a good one, everybody, and see you later.